Hey, Eric.
Hey, Chris.
Did you know that I own the Suikoden novels?
Yes, I did. You've showed them off to me many times.
I have? Okay. Do you know why I bought them?
To read.
No, well, I thought it was manga, so I bought them to look at the pictures.
Okay. Yeah, picture book.
And I opened it up, and there were not very many pictures.
So you've got this paperweight now made of paper.
Yeah, but they sure do look cool. There is some artwork in them, and they're very nice, but that's how much I liked Suikoden back then.
Oh, so this is an old purchase, not like a recent purchase.
Yeah, this is pretty old.
I bought the international version of Final Fantasy VII on PS1 because it had a making of Final Fantasy video all in Japanese with like 3 seconds of prototype footage.
Oh, wow.
And I could watch that on a PlayStation. I was so obsessed with 7, I bought the international version and a mod kit to watch that disc.
Cool. There is a Suikoden 3 manga, but I think maybe only one volume was translated, so it makes me sad. But there's some nice pictures in there of Ted doing Ted things. How do you feel about Ted? Would you like to hear some hot sounds that I've recorded?
Yes.
Okay. Welcome to Retrograde Amnesia, a comprehensive podcast where we discuss classic JRPGs, chapter by chapter, beat by beat. This season, we are covering Suikoden, followed by Suikoden 2. My name is Chris. I'm joined by Eric. Hey, what's up, Eric?
Hey, Chris.
Hey, nice to see you. We are also joined by The Real Net. The Real Net is, of course, a collective of patrons who are listening to us record live. You too can join them and listen to us record live or listen to bonus episodes at patreon.com/retroam. This episode is brought to you by Robert Bierce. Thank you, Robert Bierce. Robert is a commenter, and I love comments. I fear nothing. So thank you, Robert.
You're so very welcome, Chris.
Well, we're also joined by the Fake Net, which, as I understand it, just got out of the acid bath in Chemical Plant Zone.
Initializing Fake Net.
Hydration, rejuvenation. The mean beans from this machine keep me clean and mean.
Welcome back, Fake Net. I hope you got cleaned up.
I hope you're refreshed after an acid bath.
I don't know how that works with Fake Nets.
Purify yourself after the steamboat.
Sansuke's bath.
The river was fine. You boys are the filth that require my purification ritual.
So, Eric, we are in the middle of the mission to woo Lepant.
Yeah.
By stealing his sword and not his wife.
Yeah, I was going to say, get those backwards.
And fight his monsters.
And we just met Jupo, and we're going through his house of tricks and horrors and ghouls and gasps and robots and other assorted trinkets.
You know what my favorite part about this whole sequence is that no one ever talks about it ever again.
No.
Like, Lepant does not even acknowledge this later.
I think that they just respect Tyr's authority as a commanding presence and don't, like, you don't argue with your commanding officer about fucked up shit he made you do in Nam.
Yeah.
So we go to this next room that contains this weird thing as Joy Time plays.
Yeah.
And Jupo's like tipped us off like, well, I couldn't disable the big one. And we're like, oh, it's obviously a big robot. Voltron's in there.
Yeah,
right?
boss time.
I get on a big wooden wheel of fortune wheel and it spins.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got like a bunch of stuff like EXP minus 10, EXP plus 10, question mark, monster faces.
Yeah.
What do those do, Chris?
Well, the monster faces make you have to fight more monsters.
Okay.
Which is quite annoying. The experience will obviously just give you 10 or subtract 10 experience points. I landed on a question mark once and got a dragon seal incense, which I think is an antique, but maybe not.
I was very much hoping you would reset the game.
Oh, that'd be cool. And also I landed on a treasure chest and got a goddamn medicine.
Okay, I didn't land on anything. I get out on the door on my first spin.
No shit.
Yes.
Wow, it took me a while to get through.
You just kept going around and around. It's supposed to be like a game show type thing. In here.
Yeah.
Like why would this be in your house?
Somebody wanted to spin a wheel. Somebody made this and they had to put it somewhere.
Yeah.
Again, I think they took everything that they made that they wanted to get in the game but couldn't find a good place for it into Lepant's mansion.
Including rock.
Yeah.
That leads to a room that's by itself. That's just a sword and some kind of sword holder. Chris, is there a name for a sword holder?
I've always called it a sword pedestal.
Okay.
But I could be
Fake
wrong.
Net's their name for a sword holder.
Initializing Fake Net.
I assume you don't mean scabbards, but rather a means of proudly displaying your sword on your wall. Buyingasword.com, which I suppose is a reputable resource, sells sword wall mounts and calls them sword hangers.
Cleo calls this sword Kurinji, a remarkable piece of work.
Obtained great sword Kurinji. Go beat Margit with it. Grimio's like, all right, guys, we need to get the hell out of here. Victor tells Grimio not to be a chicken McFly.
Yeah.
Grimio then hits Victor with some logic.
Chicken wuss.
We can't have the McDull scion getting captured as a common thief. It's like, Grimio, we've killed scores of Imperial men.
Yeah.
Chris, what's worse? Murdering 100 bad guys in the heat of battle or stealing a sword from a rich man?
What's worse?
What's worse for your soul?
I'm going to have to go with... That's a really tough question. That's like one of those...
My guy over here
riddles.
likes taking human life.
Well, I mean...
They were just harassing kids, Chris. They weren't killing them and we murdered them. We could have just kept walking.
I don't want
Keep on walking, buddy.
I don't want to imply that stealing from the rich is bad, though.
I know. That's why what are you going to do? It's Rosemary's Baby. Pick one.
Okay, I'm going to pick the sword.
Okay. Chris thinks stealing a sword's bad.
Those soldiers may have been conscripted and be fighting against their own will. So I have empathy for them, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Depends. I don't know the situation over there.
And then the funniest thing in this game happens. I assume that mission's over. We're just going to unlock the front door and walk out, but we can't. What do we have to do?
Go back?
Through the goddamn wheel.
Yeah, but the wheel just takes you back.
Yeah, I was like, oh no. And then it just slowly rotates and lets me out.
Yeah. And
I think it also turned off the random battles too.
Yes, that is actually true before you go on the wheel as well. That's what Jupo meant when he was turning the shit off.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, we walk out and we're back outside.
Did you try and leave through the front door?
No.
I did. It didn't work.
Oh, I didn't even know there was a front door.
Yeah, it's the one that, guess Giuseppe, who the hell's out there?
Jupo?
Yeah, no, not Jupo.
Rock?
Nope.
Oh, Giovanni.
Yes.
Oh.
He's out there, but I guess he's like standing in front of it with his foot so he can open the door.
Okay. Got it. So, yeah, we're back outside and goddammit, Kryn is waiting there for us.
Eternal Flow plays.
He says, you're late. Did you get it? We fade then into the inn. We're having another powwow with Kryn. Kryn is telling us that we did really well. He's talking normally. He doesn't he here. So is it all like part of an act? That's my. But it's not. But that was my thought. It could be because he is in on an act right now. Kryn says he snuck in here once himself, but some sort of weird doll appeared. And he ran off without taking anything. I guess he means those robot things that tried to kill us earlier. Grimio can't believe this shit. That Kryn knew this, but still made us go. Which I don't really think he made us go, but...
He left us no other option.
Yeah. Kryn walks off, but suddenly the strange theme plays, or the theme of perversion as you have it.
That's correct.
Yes.
It's like Kryn makes his way toward the bar.
Yeah, and he says a curious term. He asks us if we want some tea.
Thinks we're tired.
Yeah, we've been through this.
Dude, we're about to get... If they fall for this shit again, we are not a liberation army. Like, this is doomed to fail.
I think this part is staged really well because every character kind of turns and looks at each other and says tea.
Yes.
Tea. In the way that the pace in which they're turning around plays this gag pretty well.
Kryn then walks his ass back in the bedroom and says, come, take a break. Victor says Kryn's name and Kryn replies, what is it? Hee. And Victor asks Kryn to drink the tea first. The dread pirate Roberts Campbell. Kryn jumps, then says, oh no, you go ahead. I didn't work and I'm not tired. Hee. Victor, oh, wise Victor says, that figures. Think we're stupid enough to fall for such an old trick? Cleo points out that Victor fell for exactly this trick.
Yes.
Fade to black in music. Theme of Tension ensemble version plays.
Yes, indeed. It's playing. And it seems to be playing too early.
Yeah, a little bit. Kryn is in bed. Did we murder him and put him to sleep in bed like Arnold did on the plane with the henchman in Commando?
I think we forced him to drink the tea.
Okay,
and he
so
fell
we teed him up.
Yeah.
Basically.
Teed him up. Technical foul.
Victor says, what a scoundrel? What?
Yeah, I guess talking about Kryn.
Fucking Lepant's portrait appears at the bottom of the screen, and it's literally He-Man, blonde flowing hair, small green headband, no goddamn shirt, and huge chest muscles with a blonde mustache.
So I always read that portrait as exactly you just described it.
But it's not, and someone said what it is. What actually
it's his cloak. It's like a mantle around his neck.
It's the same color as his face.
I know, it's weird. It's very weird.
They should have made a different color. No. The PlayStation has access to more than 64 colors.
I agree with you. But I always thought that it was his huge pectorals as well.
Yeah, he looked like an action figure. I was like, he's ready to beat my ass. Like, it looked intimidating. Like, if a guy walks in shirtless, that's fucked up.
He does look pretty good, but, he's also got a very neatly trimmed mustache. He's definitely here for it.
Like, blonde mustache is also terrifying, by the way.
Yeah, that's true. I've got him as a real Game of Thrones looking motherfucker.
He's like a burly brute type guy.
Yeah.
Like, to me, he looks like more from the hills.
And wasn't he described to us as a merchant? maybe? Or maybe I've read that.
I forgot what...
I think he came up as a merchant.
He has Matthew's respect.
Yeah. Kryn points out that he ratted us out so we'd be captured in our sleep. So Kryn's just spilling the beans here about what the plan was before anybody has a chance to say anything.
I was disappointed that the sprite of Lepant is just a green cape with a ponytail.
Yeah.
Like it's not all... I thought it was going to be like a twice, like a Bobo type shit.
Bobo looking ass. Victor says, let's go, and we go confront Lepant.
Come on, let's go.
Yes. Lepant asks if we're the assholes who stole his family treasure.
Cringy.
He then threatens us, and I get a choice. Dots or Matthew recommended you.
I took, yeah. Name drop Matthew.
Mm-hmm. I did too. And as soon as we do that, the music changes to main theme guitar arrangement, indicating that Lepant has had a sudden change of heart, or at least...
he's arranged some guitars.
Yeah, also true, maybe. So he's taking a softer tone with this, I guess. He says that if Matthew's involved, he'll help us, but there are certain things he cannot give up. He tells us to return his goddamn sword and be on our way.
We get a choice. We need your help, or I understand, or return your sword. And I like that you can still like, no, I'm going to keep the sword, but we need your help.
Yeah, what'd you say?
I tell him I understand.
Me too. I'll give him his goddamn sword back.
Lepant thanks us, then says he'll be on his way. So he's going to go show up at the castle then, is my question mark?
Yeah, I thought we're done here. I think the writing or the translation was a little rough before, because when he said there are certain things he cannot give up, I think what the intent was there is like he respects Matthew, but he can't join the Liberation Army because he has reasons, whether that be his family or whatever. He can't do it.
Ethics, Chris.
Can't do it.
I can't do it.
It's no good.
No good.
No. Somebody rolls in.
Tension theme comes back, right?
Yes, ensemble version.
Giovanni's here, calling for his master. He says that it's about Eileen. According to Giovanni, the new military commander took her away.
Lepant then, like, shoots out the front door like a bullet.
Yeah, he can't believe this shit, and he just runs out.
You know what I did next?
What's that?
Stayed the night at the inn.
Yeah, you got to sleep. I wish I would have done this, because I didn't get my spells back and stuff.
Oh, yeah. If you speak to Giovanni, he says, Master Lepant, what shall we do? I go to Lepant's, but it's empty. What the hell? I go north to the mansion up top, and Lepant is here. He's speaking with 2 Imperial soldiers.
Yes.
For what reason did you arrest my wife? Let me see this new commander of yours. My guy fires back. You cannot see Commander...
Craze.
Without an appointment. Lepant says what, and then aces these 2 fuckers and enters.
You say aces, I say fucking jacks them.
Yeah, it's got its own unique sound effect. He just... It's almost like in the initial Ease games, you just like bump fought people, right?
Yes.
That's what remind me of. It's just like making contact to win victory.
Yeah, there's no sprite animation here. It's just a flash and boom. Twirl, and those guys are dead. They are no longer in existence. Even though there's no like...
X-Zone.
Yeah. Even though there's no animation here, it still feels violent for some reason.
Yeah, like, because like to me, he was still the He-Man action figure with karate chop action. Right?
Yeah.
Like that's what's happening right here. The door is left open, so I wander in. Lepant is facing off against 2 more soldiers, one of which says, who the hell are you? Which is a valid question. Are you aware that this is the Craze residence, you dog? Chris, they called him a dog.
Yeah. Imperial dog.
Which could be a turtle now, I guess. Lepant hits him with a shut up, you common criminal, and then kills them both. How do we feel about shut up, you common criminal? Is it like a mad insult? Because you think like, that's not really like common criminal. Like, why don't you call me a cuss word?
Call me an a-hole.
I see Lepant in a room with 5 more guys, but I go to the room below it, a bedroom, and take the water rune piece from a chest. The beds in here have nice blue and beige bedspreads. I like how the military house has like nicer amenities than the other houses in town all the time.
Maybe this is Lepant's original house.
And he got kicked out of it and he has to live in the thief house.
Yeah, the fun house.
Robots.
Yeah.
I go to watch Lepant Imperials 5v1, but he hesitates. This is quite a large number of opponents, he says, even for me. You there. You've come just in time. Lend me a hand. Chris, we can prove ourselves.
Yes, finally.
Lepant joins the party, but we have to remove our membership by 1. Who'd you eject?
I eject Camille.
I take Tai-Ho out, so we both lost our extra. We both kept Kai, right?
Yeah, I didn't bring Kai. I brought Luke.
Whoa, you just denied the opportunity for a Unite attack, and you brought Luke, the useless man?
Well, yeah, he is. Well, he's got magic. He stands in the back row with the shred. He doesn't do any regular attacks because I keep him in the back row because he's so weak. But, he's got the shredding, so, whatever.
Okay, 6v6 fight. Lepant defaults to the back row and I can't do shit.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wrote. I just had, not Chloe, I just had Cleo nuke the entire party with her fire magic. It was great.
And folks, when Chris says nuke, he means uses magic. It took me an entire Xenogears season to figure that out.
Sorry, it's just part of
I know.
my parlance.
I never learned that metaphor. I walk through the house and come to a room with 2 doors. I take the one on the right, but that was the wrong choice. That's the plot door. Now, at some point earlier when the commander said Commander Craze was here, I missed that. Like, I wrote it down in my notes, but I didn't internalize it.
Weird.
So I was very surprised because Craze was in here.
Yeah, and he's blaming us for all of his problems.
You again, Tyr. Thanks to you, I've been reassigned to this miserable country town. How dare you get in the way of my promotion, and now you're getting in the way of my pleasure. Okay, Lepant replies, you're disgusting. Return Eileen immediately. Chris.
Yeah.
The way of pleasure, and he's got a lady cornered in his office bedroom.
Yeah, it's not.
He's kidnapped.
It's not great.
Is the implication here correct? Like, is there about to be a sexual assault happening here?
I think that's what the implication is.
Okay.
But I don't know if that was part of the original story. But
I
probably.
feel like games didn't go that hard in 1995.
No, but it's there's enough plausible deniability here. I think in the way it's written. But it's yeah.
Okay.
Cleo, who now has stake in this, I guess, says, "I'll never forgive you."
I stand with Cleo.
I do too. Because of anime, I know this line was probably translated literally. Because whenever I hear, there's a very specific Japanese line which I won't pretend to be able to say out loud. That gets translated in different ways in anime, but often it has something to do with forgiveness. But sometimes it's just like, I'm gonna fuck you up. It just depends on. It's a very contextual phrase. And
so double middle fingers.
So like Cleo not being able to forgive Craze for something that she just now witnessed is a little weird, but it makes a little more sense in context, knowing how that phrase is used in Japanese.
6 more Empire soldiers rush in, and I guess we have to fight them instead of Craze.
Yeah, they come in for death because I used the shredding to kill one of them.
I'd use Unite Attack with Kai and Tyr.
By the way, I love Lepant's his fighting stance where he's got a huge broadsword and it's like pointed straight back, and he looks like he gets a lot of arc on that sword.
Broadsword Kirinji, please.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, excuse me. Pardon.
So what's the body count now? We've got 6 guys out there, 6 guys in here, 2 guys at the front. We've murdered 14 people in this little mansion.
Yeah.
I kill them. We party out, and Craze starts backing up. Music. I don't know. I've heard it before, but I just went through the whole soundtrack 3 times and I can't figure it out.
There's a new theme, probably of tension, but my kid is too distracting for me to look it up right now.
Damn it, Chris. I was counting on you.
No, I couldn't find it. I was looking, I was like, I can't match. My brain is not working right now.
Star Ocean battle music plays.
Sure.
Initializing FakeNet.
No, inappropriate. I found the track listing at Zoffer's domain. It's at the bottom of the list, and it's labeled Unknown 5.
Craze takes a step back as Lepant screams Eileen's name. I just noticed Eileen is here against the back wall. I thought it was like a lackey or something the first time.
Yeah.
She says Lepant's name. She also has a portrait of super blonde Ronnie Fatima golden ass hair.
Yeah.
And a ton of eyeshadow for her closed eyes. Craze speaks. That's far enough. Don't come any closer. I wouldn't want to hurt this beautiful lady. Then Gremio goes Gremio.
Yeah. He says, what a rogue. Rotten to his core. When I think that I was taking orders from this creature.
Was he? I thought Craze was like working at the military and we're just hanging out in town. Or I mean, the order's like the go Rob Rockland order.
Again, it feels like another like translation without context. A little bit. This creature. Strange.
Craze replies, say what you will, I have to protect myself. By the way, let me bring out an old friend of yours. Hey, come out. By God, Chris, whose music is that?
By God, it's Pawn's music. The police.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Pawn, he's a member of the police now. He slowly marches into the room. Craze tells Pawn to capture us. And I'm like, this dude hasn't been leveling up. This is his chance to wipe the dirt off of General Teo's name.
Gremio can't believe this shit. Pawn replies, Cleo, Gremio young master, I don't regret the decision I made that day. Even now, Craze is loving this shit.
He doesn't regret the decision that he made that day to call the police on his best friends.
And join the police.
Yet my heart still aches. I want to follow my heart. Whether my heart is right or wrong will be judged by history.
He's not a real cop, Chris. He has a conscience.
I guess, yeah. Pawn then calls Craze a pig in human skin.
Uh-oh.
Which, if you're a pig in human skin, is your human skin then pig skin? Who knows? And then runs towards him.
Yeah, when he rushes up and runs into Craze, it makes a small like noise as when you like. It sounds like when you drop an apple on the floor.
He shoved him into the wall, maybe. I love Victor's line here, by the way. He says, because Victor has no context for any of this. Like, he doesn't know who Craze is.
What the fuck is it?
He says, you seem to be hated by a lot of people.
Like when your all-star like plot turning guy comes in and just bum rushes you.
Yeah.
Is that a term you can still say? Is bum rush been, can I say that? FakeNet, figure out if I can say that.
Initializing FakeNet.
Bum rush, which means to suddenly force or barge one's way into, is not currently a phrase that results in someone receiving admonishment and disdain from their peers.
Craze then starts backing into a corner. Says, now wait a minute, take it easy. Think of what will happen to your father. Tio, if anything happens to me, we get a choice. You're the one person I can't forgive.
許さない
Or get the hell out of here.
Yes, which boils down to kill or no kill.
Yeah, so like reading it off, it doesn't sound like that Craze's head's on the chopping block here, but his head is definitely on the chopping block.
Yeah.
Like, this is a kill or no kill option in this video game rated T for teen.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, what'd you do?
Well, Eric, I let him go. Just because I knew what you did, so I wanted to get an opposite experience.
I'm out for blood.
Yeah?
He's the one person I can't forgive.
許さない
Let's go. What happened with your option?
Grimmeel's like, yo, he killed Ted after all, which I don't think we know if Ted is dead or alive.
Yeah, that sounds like a spreadsheet error with the
Maybe.
local. I didn't know that.
Well,
I mean, Ted's been like, he's captured. Like we just went out the back door with Ted. Like,
yeah, it's hard to say.
okay, ambiguous.
Yeah. But Grimmeel wants to kill him, which is seems very un-Grimmeel-like, but he's here for it. But
Maybe Grimmio has to defend Eileen's honor, right?
it's true. Craze runs off, though. Cleo says that it's the young master's decision. He's got a bigger heart than we do, and I'm proud of him. Thanks, Cleo.
Chris, in my game, I told him he was the one person I can't forgive. And Craze can't believe this shit. He says, you don't really mean to help. Then it fades to black. Then there's a shiv noise. It fades back in. Music. Eternal Flow plays. The room now contains Pond, Tyr, Lepant, and Eileen. And Chris, please tell me we threw Craze's body in the river with a note in his mouth.
We should have, but we probably just tied him to the Wheel of
Crucified
Fortune.
him?
The Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, put him in there and let the robot rats eat him. I love how no one in my game talks about what the bloodthirsty decision we just made to execute one of the top commanders.
Yeah.
Like, best not to speak of such things, I guess.
Or it's just so ingrained in their culture that we execute traitors.
Just another soldier for the burn pile today.
Yeah.
I talked to Lepant and music. Main theme, arrange, guitar version plays.
Mm-hmm.
He speaks, Commander Tyr, it appears that I too am now a fugitive. I pretend to be blind to the Empire's cruelties just to protect my family, and look where it's gotten me. Eileen, you're no longer my wife. And I typed LMAO.
That took me by surprise.
Yeah, that is not like, I feel like that dialogue was supposed to be like, have like a hint about his life as a family man, like here, like being, settling down with the wife, but it didn't contain that. And we just got hit in the face with, Eileen, you are no longer my wife.
Yeah, it feels like he maybe should have said, I am no longer your husband.
Yeah, that would sound much better. Like,
yeah, like
he's dishonored himself.
I have duties.
So does Matthew only recommend and know soft boys who've like given up their arms? Who like reluctantly join?
I mean, yes, because that's of his ilk.
Yeah.
Because Matthew has also given up his arms to go off and be a family man, or a teacher in his case. And the only people that he has in his mind that we can recruit are others who have done the same thing.
Eileen takes a step back, unable to believe this. Shit, Lepant's gonna go MGTOW. Lepant instead replies, I am joining the Liberation Army. I probably won't be able to return. So that's his rationale, right? Not that he's dishonored his wife by participating in a murder of a commander, but he's gonna go join an army and she can't come because woman?
I guess, yeah. Or maybe he just wants to keep her safe, but she rightfully calls him a cruel man.
She hits him with 10 dots.
Yes.
What? Like, bring her, fool. You mean useless fucks we have at the castle right now?
Yeah. What do you take me for? Lepant says that if she's coming along, she'll suffer. Eileen says that she has been prepared for the worst ever since she married him, which is a hell of a thing to say.
Yeah, that's you should be happy in a marriage.
Lepant says that he will lend a hand to the Liberation Army. Lepant has been recruited.
Her sprite moves closer to his when she says that, and Lepant turns to face Tyr when he says, like, it's like, I saw that as like a very careful direction of like her giving her husband permission to change their lives.
Yeah. And if we speak with him again, Lepant says he will meet us at the castle.
Excuse me, Fuckhouse Castle.
Yeah, sorry. Eileen thanks Tyr, saying Lepant has wanted to help us for some time.
Is that true?
Well, I think that he was kind of like, he's
reading the papers.
he was hamstrung. He couldn't do it. He wanted to participate in the war, but he didn't want to endanger whatever he was endangering.
Dude, imagine the Liberation Army, like you're admiring them from afar, and then they come and take your sword.
Yeah.
And like we never told him the damn plan.
I guess.
Really? I mean, we said like, hey, can you come? But we never said, hey, we stole your shit.
Too much happened too quickly.
To get a meeting.
Would you like to explore Lepant's information?
Of course.
Lepant is, of course, the Tingo star, the star of conflagration. I don't know what
that word is.
Nope. FakeNet, what's conflagration mean?
Initializing FakeNet.
An extensive fire which destroys a great deal of land or property.
He is 42 years old, a hardened man. He can participate in battle, obviously, as we know.
Fears nothing.
Yes, he's a strong frontline fighter. His weapon is, of course, the Korinji. It upgrades to the Korinji 2 and then the Korinji 3.
Great.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Excellent. I mean, you can't change the name of a sacred sword.
Yes. His war battle team is called the Lepant family. And
who?
The Lepant family.
Where the fuck are they?
Eileen.
Okay.
And later.
Okay.
Lepant can participate in both the couple attack and the family attack. I'll let you guess who that is. Also, even though we don't get a special noise, a lot of other people have joined our goddamn team during this moment. Would you like to go through them now?
Sure.
Okay. Also, Eileen is now in her name is now inscribed on the stone tablet of
We'll just
promise.
take anyone who talks to us.
Stone tablet of promise.
Pump those numbers up.
Yeah. And she's there. Is it the stone tablet of promise or of goodwill? Good
This
faith?
is my first time playing Suikoden. Let me ask the person who's played it 5 times. Chris, what is the stone tablet called?
I think it's promise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Figment, is Chris right?
Initializing FakeNet.
He is. It's the stone tablet of promise.
Anyway, Eileen is the Tinko star, which is the clever star. She is aged 32 years of age. Can participate in battle as well.
She's 10 years younger than Lepant.
Yep. She can throw darts. Her weapon is called darts. They upgrade to the ruby darts, then the crystal darts. She comes attached with a earth rune, which is pretty good. And she, of course, can participate in the couple attack, the family attack, and the beauty attack. Because she's beautiful, Eric. Get it?
Okay.
It's a unite attack.
Okay.
Is what it is. Of course, she's
Is it a status effect or an attack?
Fucking fell. It looks like a regular attack. I'm looking at a GIF right now.
I mean, I've seen things in my life that are so beautiful, I'm just stymied, right? So perhaps.
Yeah, it's probably like the beautiful girl attack, maybe. Hang on, I'm looking at it now.
A bag full of
Oh,
five
no, they
guys.
blow... The other women that she's paired with come up and blow magical kisses that do damage to the entire thing.
Okay, when you said blow there, I was like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I didn't mean to slow down there. Sorry about that.
Chris, what's something so beautiful that you would pause whatever you're doing and admire it? If you were in battle and they just hit you with it, what's the most beautiful thing you can imagine?
That you could show me to like...
Yeah.
Fuck. Probably just like a empty house.
It goes along with your walking a target by yourself fantasy.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Okay, well, aim high, folks.
Sorry about that. Let's do Giovanni.
And did he just join our party?
Yeah, Giovanni's in our party.
Package deal, all right.
Yeah, it's the package deal. Giovanni is the Chio star, which is the...
Cheeto star?
Chio. I don't know if I'm saying these right. The magic star. He is, of course, he's 36 years old, as we know. He doesn't do any goddamn thing. He serves no purpose except for to hang out with Lepant. He is a participant in the war battles under the team called Thieves. For some reason, he gets thrown in there.
Underrated class.
Yeah. His battle cry is, "Why should I have to?"
Okay, that's some teenage rebellion stuff, I guess.
I don't know.
Why should I have to?
The Suikoden wiki has Giovanni's background profile is only 4 words. He is Lepant's manservant.
Are manservants paid or is it like duty honor bound?
I think they're paid in like room and board.
That's not.
I know it's not paid.
Okay.
It's not. But that's the transaction, I believe.
All right.
I could be wrong. I don't know.
Sounds like slavery
Yeah.
to me, but whatever. But there's still a little problem here, Chris. The problem is called pawn.
Yeah, he's just still standing here doing nothing. He has not really said much during all this.
I don't want to I hope I can just no-sell what he did. And I just want to leave without even facing him or talking to him. And I try. But on the way out, he begs Tyr to let him join the Liberation Army. I cannot ask to be forgiven, but even so, I would like to be of service to you. We get a choice. I can't forgive you, or pawn, lend us a hand. Chris, what happens if you pick I can't forgive you? Does he fuck off?
You kill him.
Really?
No, I don't know.
Oh, man.
No.
I didn't want an obvious cop on my team, but
Yeah.
I was convinced, I was compelled by you and the guide to include Pawn based on something that happens later. But I would like to know, FakeNet, if you have the time, can you figure out what happens if you reject Pawn?
Initializing FakeNet.
According to I. Nickerson at GameFacts, if you refuse to forgive Pan 3 times, he'll stop asking, but you won't be able to get anywhere until you let him join.
Okay. But then Pawn joins and then immediately leaves.
Eric, he is a star of destiny. He's the Tentai star, the retreating star, the police star, I guess. He is...
The police usually escalate as opposed to retreat, but whatever.
He's 29 years old. He comes preloaded with the boar rune, as we've discussed before. His weapon is the claws, the super claws, or the ultra claws.
Claws seem like a weird, like when I hear claws, I think Wolverine, and I think they're just like little bracers for his like fists.
Yeah, that's probably a better way to say that. Let's see what else. He can participate in 3 unite attacks: the talisman attack, the beat 'em up attack with a character we haven't got yet, and the martial arts attack with 2 other guys. He is, of course, on the commander's team during war battles with Tyr and Gremio.
Of course.
His unused death quote in the war battles, like the random death, permadeath thing, is "damn." But it's not used. He can't die in those. And that's all I have for Pawn. Thank you for joining Pawn, I guess. But yeah, it is highly recommended to use Pawn until you have him to like level 30 and a fully upgraded level 10 weapon, because you'll need him for something later.
My next question is, where's Kryn? Are we going to go see if he's passed out, dead, green-faced in bed? Can I go cut his head off with that sword?
Do you want the answer to that now?
Sure. Where's Kryn, Chris?
He's in our castle because he's joined us.
Ugh. That seems unacceptable. He provided us with nothing. He tried to kill us, tried to deceive us. He ratted us out. Ultimately, he helped us move the story along, I guess, but I don't approve of his methods, and I think he's dangerous.
I agree with you, Eric. I hate Kryn. But since he's joined us, I'll spill the beans now on Kryn. He's Shizuku's star, the thieving star. Wow, that works for him. Finally, one of these things works.
He didn't steal shit.
Well, he tries to steal shit. He's age 27. Weapon is the needle dart. It is a needle, a gold needle, or a super needle. By the time he is through with this, he can participate in an attack called the bumpy attack.
Bumpy trot?
Bumpy.
Bump and run? What was that? Never mind.
So he also comes equipped with an escape talisman in his inventory. So thanks, buddy.
What's that do?
It lets you escape a dungeon for free.
Cool.
And he is, of course, a member of the Thieves team.
I casually walk out of this place, the Imperial Guard house loaded with bodies of those I have killed.
Yes.
And no one ever... Nothing. I want someone in the town to go, yo, what happened?
Step over those bodies.
What you all do.
Yeah.
Next, I went back to the fuck house to see what's changed.
Yeah, it's time to go back to the castle. We have to go there anyway. And a fortress near the water plays.
Island Fortress, of course.
Yes. This is the first time, at least in my case, that I got to meet Sergey there at the front and use his elevator.
I met Tai-Ho at the boathouse. He's hanging out with
young
Ku now. It's the first time I've actually seen him at my party.
Yeah.
He says, I feel like wandering off somewhere.
Yeah, well,
it's like, why don't you go, buddy?
Yeah.
But yeah, Sergey, the elevator to me, like I thought it was cool functionally. I didn't know that the castle was going to expand because when I went here, we just went to 2 floors and I'm like, I can just take the stairs.
Yeah.
You know, I go in the basement. Jupo, the robot doll guy, is here. Did I invite him? He set up a lab with beakers and a Soviet era furnace.
Yeah. I mean, fucking what?
He says, this is a surprise. What are you doing here? I'm like, dude, what are you doing here? I'd live here.
I didn't ask you to be a star of destiny, but guess what? You are. He's the Chishian star, the elegant star. He is aged 26. His weapon is also a dart, but
dodge dart,
just because he throws things. But his weapon name is actually are great. It starts off as the gear, and then it becomes the Iron Gear, and then at level 10 it becomes the
Iron Man
Metal Gear.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Cool. I mean, it's a Konami game, right? That has to be deliberate.
It could be, yeah.
There's a Metal Gear and Snatcher at that point.
Yeah. Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
He comes pre-loaded with the Trick Rune. It calls this like baby automaton out to kick somebody. It's very weak. I don't know. Maybe it gets stronger later, but I'm not really sure.
For a second, I thought you said Otacon, and I was like, oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
Hell yeah. He is a member of the team of Tricksters in the...
Do you need a team of Tricksters?
What does the team of Tricksters do? Nothing really. They just attack. Hey, this did unlock memories of me like trying to figure out how to get Jupo. Like going back there and being like, oh, can I recruit Jupo? Because I knew that Meg needed Jupo.
Yeah, order of operations.
And I couldn't find him, but I didn't realize that he automatically joined my team.
You played yourself. Another heel turn awaits. Kryn is below him. What the hell? Did we banish all of the deceptive double-crossing idiots to the basement? Why are we keeping this company? Kryn says, how's it hanging? I'm hanging just fine. Hee hee.
Sounds like something Kryn would say.
Yeah. It's also funny that there is a jail down here and neither one of these people are in it.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
Guy tried to kill us. Guy who tried to get somebody else to kill us.
Mm-hmm.
I go to the second floor. It auto walks me to the center of the room and we party out. Varkas is here.
So is Sidonia.
It's been a while, Tyr. I guess we both managed to get by without getting caught. Tyr got by killing people and executing his enemies. What has Varkas done?
Yeah. Gremio asks what they're doing here. They're here to return the favor of us saving them after we nearly got them crucified.
Sidonia's here too, by the way.
Yes. He says, hey there.
That's all Sidonia ever says.
Yep.
Varkas wants to say hello to Lady Odessa. Gremio starts to spill the beans, but then Matthew, out of nowhere, hustles up and says, Odessa has gone to the north on a mission.
Yes.
Dude, what if they frame T.O. for her murder? That's my ultimate, hands rubbing together plan right now, is they're going to frame General T.O. for her murder. Matthew says Tyr is their leader while she's away, and Varkas is impressed. I'm surprised Varkas, to me, doesn't have as much street smarts as I thought he would.
Yeah. You figured that his network of bandits would have figured something out by now.
Because everyone knows that, I don't know.
She washed up on the river.
Yeah, bodies wash up most of the time. Matthew also suggests Tyr hold a banquet to welcome Lepant, Varkas, Sidonia, and all of our new friends. So they'll hold a banquet for Lepant, Varkas, and Sidonia, but for Victor, no banquet.
No.
Sorry, not important enough. You can pick let's do it or now waita.
I said, let's do it.
Let's do it. Varkas says, I am fine and an understanding leader. Gremio vows to cook his best recipes just like Ignis.
What?
Final Fantasy 15.
I've come up with a new recipe.
I've concocted a new recipe.
That was it.
Yeah.
His name was Ignis, right?
Probably.
Okay.
I don't know. Banquet. Yeah.
Yeah. Do the banquet. We're going to go to the banquet.
Let's do it.
Music. Theme of perversion plays.
Yes, the banquet has started. It's a perverse one.
Damn, they got 10 of these guys in one room. I wonder what the sprite limit is on a PlayStation.
Gremio, Victor, Matthew, Cleo, Pon, Varkas, Sidonia, Taiho, Lepant, and Eileen are present.
There are 8 green bottles of wine and 5 clear vodka bottles on the table. Also family-style plates like Buca de Beppo.
Sure.
We found more best friends in this. Is this the best friends club?
Yes.
We
Kryn's not invited.
We saw a comedian, John Mulaney, who I wasn't familiar with the other night, and he had a fun joke about when you have a party and the people you don't like don't show up, and you're like, yeah, just the all-stars are here.
Yeah.
So it reminded me of this.
That's happening.
So Eileen's here, and you can talk to everybody.
Yeah.
Eileen says, Lepant really seems to be enjoying himself. He must truly hate the Empire. And so this was like a catalyst of her being kidnapped for him to...
Yeah.
To me, it makes more sense that we've executed a commander as opposed to just let him go.
Yeah.
For their reason to join.
Eileen never says anything unless it's about Lepant, by the way.
Okay, so she doesn't pass the Betchel at all?
She's just everything is about Lepant. She's the opposite of a wife guy, whatever that is.
I think it's just a JRPG wife.
I think you're right about that. It's just, one of those things. Lepant compliments the quality of this crew.
I don't know.
Yeah. Taiho's here after all. Taiho tells me that the moon is beautiful tonight.
What's the funniest part about this sentence?
It's not night.
We didn't invite Yamku.
Oh, yeah. This is one of Taiho's excursions, just showing up uninvited to the Imperial Banquet. I mean, the Liberation Banquet.
Sidonia is a man of many words. What does he say? Of course, Varkas.
And he's ready to crush those Imperials right away.
He also says, yo. So is this his greeting? Yo? Yo, Master Tyr?
Yo.
Gremio asks if Tyr is having fun. Victor says the triumvirate of ha ha ha, ho ho ho, he, and I'm wondering if Victor is lost in the sauce.
He is indeed. I like what Matthew says. He prefers to drink quietly.
Chris, do you like this guy? Like to drink quietly? Say a prayer to world peace?
Do I like Matthew?
Yeah.
I always did really like him, but I think I just have a thing for military strategists and romantic stories.
Okay. And Matthew to me seems kind of like Herb a little bit.
Yeah, I think he might, but that's my reading this time. It's weird.
Cleo screams at Pon to be more quiet while he eats as the banquet starts.
Oh, same old Pon and Cleo arguing at the banquet.
Pon, who shouldn't have been fully redeemed to the best friends club quite this quickly, says, Gremio's cooking is the best in the land, I tell you. That slop the Imperial Army serves is so... And I just noticed the table is shorter than all 10 people. Haha. They're not evenly standing at the table.
Oh, yeah.
I try and leave the room, but then the music Theme of Tension Impact version plays. Chris, the banquet's about to be interrupted.
Yes, I had to go to the bathroom and something happened.
A dialogue box appears. It says, Tyr, I'll take that rune on your right hand. Give it to me. A ninja assassin emerges from the left side of the screen, and we get into a fight with Assassin.
Yes.
1v1 me for it, bro.
I tried to send him to hell with deadly fingertips, but it didn't work.
Oh, man. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
I hit him 3 times. He does some kind of spell where he dissolves into cherry petals.
Yep.
Sakura, if you will. Pawn speaks first, asking if, because we're out of the battle now, asking if Tyr is all right and calling the assassin a scoundrel.
Yeah.
Despite cherry blossoming away, the assassin is still here. Maybe he'll get to go to that jail we've got in the basement, Chris.
Yeah, let's put him in there.
Victor's here too. He's pissed at this guy for invading our headquarters, interrupting the banquet. Do you think we got to eat?
I think we were done eating because
Okay.
Victor was already sauced.
Oh, that's right. Well, then, whatever.
Well, sure.
The assassin speaks, ha, 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 just like cats.
Yeah.
The Liberation Army, indeed. Do you really think you can defeat the Imperial forces? Fools. Cleo asks the assassin to repeat that line of dialogue. Instead, they say something new.
Yeah, spilling the beans. The assassin continues to talk shit, but spills the beans. Lady Windy is always ready to destroy you.
Watch your back.
Yeah, which seems like maybe not a good way to... You shouldn't identify your employer if you're a ninja assassin, right?
I don't think so. I think that's like against main code.
Unless that was part of the... unless the threat was supposed to be known.
So that implies we weren't supposed to kill. We were just supposed to threaten and let them know that like they know our castle. They know like the ninja has eyes on all the fuckers here.
Yes.
And, like
Eyes on me. Yep. Mm-hmm.
music, Island Fortress plays when we're
Yeah.
back in Tyr's room.
By the way, Varkas, did we do Varkas yet in Sidonia?
No.
Okay, let's do them real quick. They're now joined. We can use them now. They're part of our team. Varkas is the Timbo star. Like Timbo. Tim
Timbo, of course. Famous
the Savage star. He's age 34. He uses an axe as his weapon. It's the lightning hatchet, the rock breaker hatchet, or the lepa hatchet. I don't know what lepa is.
An axe to me seems more violent than a sword for a weapon.
What's a lepa? Fake Ned. What's a lepa?
Initializing fake net.
A big fucking knife.
He can participate in the bandit attack, which he can participate in that with Sidonia, which is a very strong physical attack, and is of course a member of the bandits squad in the war battles. His battle cry is "Never heard of Varkas of Mount Saifu?" ? That's all I have for that guy, Varkas. Now we'll move on to Sidonia, who is the Tenkoku star, the Wailing star, who is age 26, uses a weapon called a dart. He's a long-range character. He has the Rui Sui, or
Are
the
you shorting out?
Mika Getsu Sui.
I know it's not actual darts, but I like to picture someone in the back row like aiming darts
Yeah.
at the rock they're fighting,
His
the Beastmaster.
his battle cry and death quote are both in the game's code, but are not used. Can you guess what they are? Sidonia. Ha. Ding noise. Both of them. And that's all I got for Sidonia. Thank you, Sidonia.
Both of them are heh. It's
Yeah.
not like the sound of piss hitting a urinal or anything.
Nope,
It's-
just
okay.
heh.
All right.
We're in our room. Pawn is going to watch over me. Gremio would rather do it. Victor tells him to stop arguing about this. My boys are arguing about who's going to watch me while I sleep. God damn it.
It occurs to me here that Pawn may be a double agent, and that I was wrong for accepting him into my party.
Well, he's going to be standing in your room this whole time.
Speaking to all three of them reveals a different version of what they just said once you wake up.
Yep.
I wander to my bed and sleep for 1 second. Fades to black. We're back. Gremio rolls up and tells Tyr it's another beautiful day outside, then parties in. Pawn will say, "Where's my food?" and nothing else.
That is what Pawn will say for the rest of the game.
That's unfortunate.
Yes. He has some story scenes, but that's it.
Cleo tells Tyr that Tyr is thinking about Tio.
Once again.
Of course, thank you for telling me what to think, Cleo.
Yes. Did you go exploring and talking to any of our other new friends?
Yes. Yes.
When did it?
Vastly so.
Okay, go ahead.
First, I visit Luke, who makes me look at the 10 Commandments of names again, and I think Chris is doing something with this, so I continue to ignore it.
Yep.
The banquet table is missing from the banquet room.
Yeah, it's a fold-out table.
I visit Matthew, then pick up Camille, Victor, Gremio, Cleo, and Kai. Santake is in the lower left. He says, "What's happening? Want to take a bath? You'll feel refreshed."
It's true.
I walk left into this concrete building with steam coming out of the door. Options: take a bath, don't take a bath. I take a bath. Music. Island Fortress continues, but now it's all echoey with reverb effects, and there's water dripping sound effects.
Yeah, it's great. It's very what's the word I'm looking for? It's
steamy.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's very steamy, but also I just like the slight shift in the music. It's
Yeah, they actually
nice.
tried to make it like atmospherically different.
Yeah, this is where you can put your antiques down.
Yes, it's a wooden bathhouse. All of our characters are here with no clothes, with the waters up to their shoulders. God, I wish this were me.
Yeah, we'll find this out as we experiment, but depending on which antiques you place in there, you can completely change the scene.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You've got to have the right combination of things. I don't know what they are, but
I placed a hex doll on graffiti. Inventory's getting thinned out, Chris.
Good job.
Finally.
You have a vault too, by the way.
I take the antique. Continue to view or leave are your options here.
Yeah.
Continue to view. Now, is bathhouse like my first experience before? Aren't they called onsen? I believe isn't the
I don't know. I'm not sure.
My first experience with weird bathhouse things in RPGs was the bromides in Lunar. The nudity obscuring pictures of the female cast.
Yeah.
In those games you could pick up as collectibles. Like those were like heavily talked upon, like giggly internet things when Lunar.
Yeah, like in every anime, not every anime, but in a lot of anime where they have these scenes where the men go on one side, the women go on the other side,
split.
and there's always some kind of fucking
there's Jade
hijinks.
One of them has to go to their side to get the soap that flew over the fence or something.
That kind of stuff. I don't think it happens in this game, but in Suikoden 2, the right combinations of characters will unlock scenes with them, I think, which is pretty cool.
Cool.
This game does not do that. I do not believe. What else we got?
I go to the first floor.
Yeah?
Sidonia is here. You know what Sidonia says?
Huh?
That's right. Vargas is with them and already misses the easygoing bandit life where they lived in caves and we beat the shit out of them and they got crucified.
Yeah.
Damn it. Onil is here. She asks if we've heard anything lately.
Yeah, I think she's the one that's supposed to be telling me if she's heard anything.
Right.
lately.
So she's got her job backwards here, and if she sasses again, she's going to leave.
Yes.
Wish you could dismiss people. That would. Moss, our blacksmith friend from the Great Forest, says that our tools are a fine collection, and then offers smithing services. Rock is down here.
Yep.
So we have business in his vault, which is in my castle, fuck house, but whatever. It transitions to a screen full of wooden crates and some barrels, and we get 4 options. My 4 favorite options, Chris, you know what they are?
No.
Drop, withdraw, detach, and end.
Those are good options.
I try and drop off the question mark pot, and Rock says, "Don't embarrass me."
Oh yeah, because it's got to be identified.
Yeah. I have to keep this shit in my inventory.
Yeah. We don't have an antiques person yet.
Chandler sells hardware and items, but the thing behind him looks like it sells cards for the Dewey Decimal System.
Sure.
Antonio, who is standing by the bed, wants to contribute by cooking something that will give everyone power. Can I see him for like buffs or something later? Did he make the meal at the banquet?
No, Grimio said he was going to do it.
Damn it. So Antonio is redundant. Get him out of here. I'm all about efficiency. We're paying too many people. Cut some of these dudes.
Yep. Camille's also up here in Marie's house, or Marie's inn, excuse me.
Yeah.
Asking when we're going to pay up, which is great.
That's it.
Victor's also there telling me not to look so morose. Thanks, Victor.
Somebody just shitting his cereal.
I guess, yeah. Did you go out to the right?
Yes.
To the rock bridge. This is the tower you referred to earlier.
Yeah, like why don't we live here? But who's here instead on the first floor?
Lepant, his whole goddamn family gets this whole tower.
Yeah, this is where it's like, why is Giovanni here?
Yeah, he's Lepant's manservant. He asks if we're here to sell Lepant.
Sell? I love notes. If we're here to see Lepant.
Yeah, if we're here to see Lepant, I'm going to nominate Giovanni as the first absolutely useless character that we get.
So when we do the character tournament, you think he's 16 seed out, immediately dispatched by number 1 seed Tyr Mictal?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many characters that a lot of people are not going to make the cut.
What do you mean?
At all.
We're doing like 19 play-in games. Come on, man.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I'm here for it. Yeah, but useless. Eileen is a husband lady is what I wrote.
Yeah. Yeah.
She says...
Wife guys and husband ladies.
Don't remember that. She says, seeing his happy face reminds me of my youth.
What? So he hasn't been happy since they were kids?
I don't fucking know. I don't know what's up with Eileen. I don't know if she... I think Eileen is mentally ill and we're all just ignoring
like, I don't want to call the relationship unhealthy, but like it's definitely fucked.
Yeah.
She's not even in his room. She's down with like the scurrying sycophants.
Yeah. Team Rocket. Giovanni, the leader of Team Rocket. Upstairs, Lepant is in fact happy and says together we'll defeat the Imperials.
He's by himself in his room. Dude, you're what? Oh, man.
Why does he
It's
have
one of those things where like Lucy and Ricky Ricardo had to have separate beds because you couldn't show them having the same bed.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need to go leave to add runes or crystals to my guys like my pal Chris told me to.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm done at this castle. If you have anything else, I'd love to hear it.
I did find Kai somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Where's Kai hang out?
Kai's on the western. There's a similar exit to the west here from the first floor, I believe, and it's just off on it. It's a cliff.
I think Kai. Oh, okay. Right. Well.
And I gotta find.
So he's sleep outside.
He's peering off the cliff to think about.
He's pissing off the cliff?
No, peering. Excuse me, peering. Did I say pissing?
No, I was thinking about pissing off a bridge. Is wonderful.
All he says is that he asked Tyr about a practice match sometime, but you can't actually have a practice match. So
Morpheus is fighting Neo.
Sorry about that. And I think that is it for exploring the castle. Once we get outside to go say hi to Tai-Ho, I guess, there's an injured person. The injured sprite recolored into different guy.
Just passed out on the dock.
Yes.
This is just a rumor place.
Yes. This is a portrait elf named Kirkus. Gremio notes that this elf is soaking wet.
He's got like green David Bowie and Labyrinth shoulder pads.
Yeah, he is very David Bowie-esque. You know, very androgynous and...
I mean, elves are traditionally more androgynous, right?
Yeah.
We party out. Gremio notes that Kirkus is all wet, suggesting perhaps he swam all the way here like Mancha, who resolved to take him inside. They put Kirkus in Tyr's goddamn bed, soaking wet.
Yeah, why they put him in my bed? I'm the commander here.
What are we doing, man?
Put him in Lepant's bed.
Gremio wonders what just happened. Just seeing an elf is unusual enough in these parts, but the one who swims all the way out here? Matthew, Chris, has some logic. You ready for his logic?
Yeah.
There has to be some reason.
Has to be a reason to swim into the middle of a lake where there's usually a zombie dragon, but now there's us.
Kirkus tosses, turns, gurgles, and then wonders where he is, marveling at his own improbable survival. I heard through the wind and came. Please tell me, is this the Liberation Army? Gremio speaks. Don't you worry. This is the Liberation Army's headquarters, Fuckhouse Castle.
Mm-hmm.
Kirkus says, thank God, and then asks to speak to who?
Odessa.
Uh-oh.
Yes, Matthew's here, luckily, to say that Tyr is our present leader. That Odessa, I believe he says Odessa is out on a mission, right?
Yeah, but Gremio's learning. Gremio just fired up dots first and didn't immediately try to blurt out that she's dead.
Yes, Kirkus tells us some stuff that Kawanda Rosman, who we learned is one of the 5 Imperial generals, is planning on doing a genocide to the elves. And we have the choice to help.
Yeah, lend us the Liberation Army's power. And I think this is an excellent opportunity to prove ourselves as good-natured liberators from the Imperial rule.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's a really, what a gift this elf has given us.
This is a time for some good PR.
You can pick, of course, or but.
Of course, I agree to help, but Matthew says that our present forces don't amount to much.
It's like, whoa, hold it right there, pal.
Hey, have you seen all these cooks? We still only have a few hundred men with the old Liberation Army survivors and Varkus's bandits. It's not a good idea for us to mobilize yet. And I'm glad we're finally getting some context for the size of our army, because right now, all we can actually see in our castle are all these weird fuckers walking around.
Yeah, so it's implied there's more bandit help.
Yeah, there's soldiers milling about in the barracks or whatever. Matthew says that we will still help somehow, though. Our only strength is the hope that people see in us.
Oh, God.
That we must never betray.
That's some power friendship shit.
Matthew, in honor of Hideo Kojima, suggests a sneaking mission. Kirkus will lead us to the village, and we will sneak in and see what's up, right? We're going to go... Well, I mean, he doesn't really give us any direction. He just go get recon, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're essentially gated in by a forest with only a few new places to go, which is the Great Forest.
Kirkus joins.
Yes.
I wasn't sure if Kirkus had joined the Liberation Army or if he just joined the party, so I checked the stone tablet. And Kirkus is on the stone tablet.
So he's in.
So he's...
all about Kirkus.
Yeah, Kirkus is the Tenby star. That's the lowly star. Damn, Kirkus. He is age 24 in elf years, 36 in human years.
What the hell?
Sure.
I thought elves were immortal. Well, I guess it depends on the fiction.
His weapon is a bow. It's the light bow, the shine bow, or the elfin bow. He does not come equipped with a rune, and he can participate in the wild arrow attack and the elf attack.
Oh, the EA.
Yes. He is the only elf in the entire series whose full name is revealed. Kirkus, Shauna, Kes, Laviankana.
Great name.
All elves have 4 names.
That is a wonderful name.
Yes.
I'm impressed.
So
Kirkus is pretty weak, but the rest of that shit was pretty good.
He participates in a group called the Forest Protectors. And his battle cry is, see what elves can do with arrows. That's all I have for Kirkus. Thank you, Kirkus, for joining the party.
I think we're done. Chris, next time, let's go to the elf village and then immediately afterward, the dwarf village.
Yes, let's check all the boxes off of our fantasy RPG and do it. Let's also check off the boxes of the things that we do in this podcast and consult the RealNet.
Initializing RealNet.
Hello, RealNet. John Doe says someone on the dev team was really fucking proud of the Wheel of Fortune and probably fought for its inclusion.
Yeah, that particular wheel. Like someone developed that and like, we got to get it in, man.
Kal-El says, don't steal from the rich man. He's a job creator.
Of course. It's all going to trickle down.
A lot of people comment about how the Kryn and T situation is a really good callback. I thought it was great as well.
Yeah, it was funny. It was legitimately funny.
Many people also confused about Lepant's portrait.
I still can't see it. It's like a magic eye or like the FedEx logo with the arrow that I can't.
Yeah. Eric Von says I kept picturing Lepant as Hulk Hogan.
Yes, with the blonde mustache too.
Yes. Look at this picture. Look, this artwork will help you. That's not a chest, but in the thing, it looks like a chest.
Same.
Yeah. Everybody's in support of killing Craze.
Of course.
SSCN just says pig and human skin very on the nose here.
And there is, I don't think we mentioned it, there is no mechanical penalty for this.
Yes. John Doe says in fiction, manservants are basically just serfs suffering from like severe Stockholm syndrome. Yeah. John Doe says LMAO at Kryn actually for real showing up at your house and inviting himself in and eating your Cheetos.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
The good ones too, the jalapeno flavored Cheetos.
John Doe says Jupo is another rough 26 years of age.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like I feel right now.
Get you that hat for your birthday. Wear it when you podcast.
John Doe says that we missed the opportunity to have his ultimate weapon be called a weapon to surpass Metal Gear.
This was 90. I was going to say, Kojima wasn't developing Metal Gear. I mean, he went from Snatcher to Police. They're probably making Police not to this time, right? Like in the same office?
Yeah. John Doe says, finally, Eric is going to learn magic. It's character development.
That's on the hook for the next episode. I said I was going to go leave to do it. Who knows if I did it?
Mm-hmm. John Doe says, I'm losing my shit right now. I was not ready for the term elf years. Threw me off too because I didn't look at these beforehand. Also, I cannot believe his name is not Kirkus McGurkus.
Kirkus McGurkus.
I can't say it with a straight face. Sorry.
Titus Bobitus.
Sorry. Fucking hell.
Wasn't Dirk McGurk ODB alias?
Probably. Sounds about right. Okay. Usually daylight savings time isn't that bad for me, but being up all night with that shit was rough.
I was gonna say, finally, you've out underslept me for a Sunday. Way to go.
I feel like I caught up on the sleep, but
there is no catching up.
I didn't.
You will never pay your sleep.
Like right now is bad.
You need episode a third one?
No, definitely not 3 tonight. Anyway, let's read the outro. Thanks everybody. Thanks RealNet for joining us tonight.
Give me that. I'm going to read it.
Let's go back into podcast voice. It's not in order.
I don't give a shit.
All right, Eric, will you please do the outro?
Yeah,
Eric?
and your handwriting. You write in cursive. Oh, you do write in cursive.
That's not cursive.
It's close.
That's not cursive.
This episode is a production of Retrograde Amnesia M- recorded on XXXXX. You can follow us on Twitter at RetroAmnesiaPod or email us at podcast@retrogradeamnesia.com. Support us on Patreon at patreon.com/retrom. Earlier access, bonus episodes, mini-series.
That's patreon.com/
Retro AM. Thanks, Mark
Shepard!
for the intro music.
Hello. Hey, how's it going?
Until next time, Chris.
Yes, we will seek to understand the nature of the 27 true runes.
Now you may go back to the cursed bath.
How do you think you get a cursed bath?
I have no idea.
Don't
tell me. Don't tell me.
You have some context already.
Putting up cursed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. A hex.
Yeah.
Sign, graffiti, pornographies.
John Doe says murder someone in the bath. He. Oh fuck. Shit.
He fucks shit.
His blah 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 blah. What? Fucking Hulk Hogan vibes. Did we already say that?
Yeah, 30 seconds ago.
Okay, sorry. I'm starting to tuck her out. I slept on the couch on Saturday because my son had to sleep on the floor because it was the only way he could get to a puking receptacle in quick enough. And and every 30 minutes he would wake up, puke in the fucking bucket, and then lay back down and immediately fall asleep. It was fucking horrible.
That's awful.
And so eventually he just started dry heaving, so I had to clean the fucking thing out every time because it was disgusting.
Mhm.
But I did not sleep much, and I still have not caught up.
That sounds really. I would just lay towels in the bathtub. Can you make your kid sleep in a bathtub?
He probably would have because he was so like drained because of all the shit that like it was rough. He's finally and this was also the time change day, and it was just everything was just fucked.
Fucking combo attack.
So I'm not.
We didn't do a podcast on Sunday.
I'm not well. Yeah, we would not have been able to do it on Sunday because things were just rough here.
My name is Keats Eichmann. You're Crow from the Tonio family, or should I call you Bloody Crow?
I don't remember ever getting that notorious. You won't get famous by killing me.
I am not interested in fame. What I want is your life.
Why? What makes me so special?
This is the destiny of our kind, Crow.
All right, I think it's time for you to die.